Wilderness beckons. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden hue over the small town where a group of friends gathered. Among them was Alex, the adventurous spirit always up for a challenge; Emma, the meticulous planner who organized every detail; Liam, the laid-back nature enthusiast with a love for all things wild; and Sarah, the skeptic, known for her dry humor and keen observations. The idea of a camping trip had been floating around for weeks, and today marked the beginning of their much-anticipated adventure. With tents, backpacks, and a mix of excitement and trepidation, the friends loaded up their vehicles. The rhythmic sound of car doors closing and the revving of engines filled the air as the convoy set out toward the unknown. As they left the familiarity of the town behind, the landscape gradually shifted. Tall buildings gave way to open roads, and concrete jungles transformed into stretches of greenery. The dense, remote forest awaited, its secrets whispered through the rustling leaves and towering trees. The friends felt the magnetic pull of adventure, a rhythmic beat luring them into the heart of the wilderness. The conversations inside the cars flowed like a familiar melody. Laughter punctuated by snippets of plans and dreams for the trip reverberated through the vehicles. Sarah cracked a dry joke, earning a round of chuckles, while Emma unfolded a map, outlining the route with precision. The rhythmic banter mirrored the winding road that carried them deeper into the forest's embrace. Upon reaching the entrance of the dense woods, the air changed, thick with the scent of pine and the promise of untold mysteries. The rhythmic crunch of gravel beneath their tires signaled their arrival at the campsite. Tents were erected like temporary homes, a canvas village nestled in the heart of nature. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the forest around them stirred with unseen life. Shadows played on the edges of the clearing, and the rhythmic chirping of crickets joined the symphony of the night. Around the crackling campfire, the friends shared stories and toasted to the adventure that lay ahead. The dense, remote forest, now a mysterious backdrop, seemed to echo their excitement in rustling leaves and whispers that hinted at the untold wonders concealed within its depths. The rhythmic heartbeat of the wilderness became the pulse of their journey, setting the stage for a night filled with camaraderie, discovery, and the unknown, setting up camp. The dawn greeted the friends with a symphony of birdsong, signaling the beginning of their first full day in the heart of the wilderness. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of dew-laden leaves and the promise of adventure. As the friends emerged from their tents, the rhythmic rustling of zippers and the shuffle of sleepy footsteps became the morning chorus. The campsite, nestled within the dense forest, revealed the true beauty of their surroundings. Towering trees stood like ancient sentinels, their branches reaching towards the heavens. The rhythmic patter of water droplets falling from the leaves above echoed through the clearing, a natural percussion accompanying the friends as they stretched and prepared for the day ahead. Breakfast was a communal affair, with the sizzle of a camp stove and the clinking of utensils against metal plates creating a rhythmic prelude to the day's activities. The friends shared tales from the night, intertwining laughter with the crackling of the fire. As the morning sun climbed higher in the sky, Emma unfolded a map, tracing the route for the day's exploration. The rhythmic plotting of trails and landmarks became a visual symphony, guiding the group through the intricate dance of the forest. With backpacks secured and water bottles filled, the friends set out on their first hiking adventure. The rhythmic crunch of leaves beneath their boots harmonized with the distant babble of a hidden stream. The forest, alive with the melodies of nature, enveloped them in a rhythmic embrace. At midday, they discovered a pristine clearing bathed in sunlight, a natural amphitheater hidden within the trees. The rhythmic chirping of crickets and the distant call of birds became the background score for a leisurely lunch. The friends reveled in the simple joys of shared sandwiches and the warmth of the sun on their faces. As the afternoon unfolded, they stumbled upon a hidden waterfall cascading down moss-covered rocks. The rhythmic rush of water provided a mesmerizing backdrop to their exploration. With each step, the friends felt more attuned to the natural cadence of the wilderness, the heartbeat of the forest becoming intertwined with their own. As evening approached, the group returned to the campsite, their bodies tired, but spirits high. The rhythmic crackle of the campfire once again became the focal point, casting dancing shadows on the tents. Around the warmth of the flames, the friends exchanged stories and laughter, the rhythmic cycle of camaraderie deepening with every shared moment. As the forest settled into night, the rhythmic sounds of nature enveloped the campsite, the hooting of owls, the rustle of nocturnal creatures, and the distant murmur of a forest alive with secrets. The friends, nestled in their tents, drifted into sleep to the lullaby of the wilderness, their dreams interwoven with the rhythmic heartbeat of the ancient forest that cradled them. Nightfall. Whispers. Begin. With the descent of the sun, the forest underwent a transformation, exchanging the vibrant hues of daylight for the muted tones of twilight. The friends gathered around the campfire, its rhythmic crackle casting dancing shadows that seemed to mimic the stirring mysteries of the night. As darkness settled, the air took on a subtle chill, and the rhythmic sounds of the forest became more pronounced. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves overhead, creating a whispering symphony that hinted at the secrets hidden within the ancient woods. Around the fire, the friends shared ghost stories and tales of local legends, their voices blending with the nocturnal sounds. The rhythmic exchange of narratives heightened the senses, each word echoing in the stillness as if awakening dormant spirits. The campsite, once alive with laughter, now embraced an anticipatory hush. The friends, nestled in their tents, listened to the night's rhythm, a chorus of chirping crickets, the distant hooting of an owl, and the occasional snap of a twig under unseen footsteps. The forest seemed to come alive with an unseen energy, the rhythmic heartbeat of the wilderness quickening as if in preparation for an ancient dance. As the friends lay beneath the canvas of their tents, the whispers in the woods began to emerge. Soft and elusive, the rhythmic cadence of these mysterious murmurs added an eerie layer to the night. The friends exchanged glances, their expressions a mix of fascination and unease, as if the forest itself was trying to communicate with them. One by one, the whispers grew more distinct, carrying a spectral melody that seemed to linger on the edges of comprehension. Shadows danced on the tent walls, and the rhythmic rustling of leaves became a chorus of spectral voices that played in tandem with the wind. The friends, now attuned to the nocturnal symphony, found sleep elusive. The rhythmic pulse of the forest, once a comforting lullaby, now held an enigmatic allure. As they lay beneath the vast expanse of the starlit sky, the whispers in the woods became a haunting refrain, ushering in a night fraught with unseen mysteries and a sense of connection with the supernatural that transcended the boundaries of the known. The ominous fire. The night deepened and the campfire burned low, casting long shadows that danced in rhythm with the nocturnal whispers. The friends, nestled close to the dwindling flames, felt a subtle shift in the air, a palpable tension that echoed the unseen forces at play. As if in response to an ethereal cue, the campfire flickered with an eerie glow, its rhythmic dance taking on an otherworldly cadence. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, a silent acknowledgement that the supernatural had woven its way into the heart of their wilderness retreat. The whispers in the woods, once a gentle murmur, intensified in tandem with the fire's dance. The rhythmic crackling of burning logs seemed to sync with the spectral voices, creating a haunting harmony that echoed through the clearing. The friends, now on the precipice of the unknown, felt the forest come alive with an energy that defied explanation. Amidst the shifting shadows, one of the friends, Liam, the nature enthusiast, felt an inexplicable compulsion to step closer to the fire. As he approached, the flames seemed to respond with an otherworldly brightness, casting his silhouette in stark relief against the dark backdrop of the forest. The rhythmic interplay between fire and whispers reached a crescendo, enveloping Liam in an ethereal embrace. His eyes, wide with a mixture of wonder and trepidation, reflected the dance of flickering flames and unseen voices that seemed to emanate from the heart of the fire. The friends, now fully aware of the supernatural undercurrents, gathered in a tight circle around the campfire. The rhythmic beat of their collective breaths mirrored the pulse of the night, the air thick with anticipation. They exchanged words in hushed tones, attempting to make sense of the inexplicable fusion of fire and spectral voices. The campfire, now an ominous beacon in the heart of the wilderness, continued to burn with an intensity that defied the logic of natural flames. The rhythmic glow revealed subtle patterns in the dancing shadows, shapes that seemed to morph and twist in response to the supernatural forces that encircled the clearing. As the friends sat in the ominous glow, a realization dawned upon them. The campfire, once a source of warmth and camaraderie, had become a conduit for the unknown. The rhythmic dance of flames and whispers marked the beginning of a night, where the line between the tangible and the ethereal blurred, setting the stage for an encounter with forces that transcended the boundaries of the known world. The first encounter. The campsite lay shrouded in an eerie ambiance, the rhythmic dance of the ominous fire casting a haunting glow on the faces of the friends gathered around. The whispers in the woods, now more distinct, seemed to intertwine with the spectral flickering of the flames. Liam, still captivated by the ethereal energy, stood at the epicenter of the clearing. The rhythmic pulsing of the supernatural forces seemed to converge around him, creating an unseen connection that transcended the natural world. As the friends exchanged uncertain glances, a sudden chill settled over the campsite. The rhythmic crackling of the fire took on an otherworldly cadence, and the shadows played on the ground as if choreographed by unseen hands. Then, with an unsettling suddenness, the whispers coalesced into intelligible voices. The friends strained to comprehend the spectral symphony, catching fragments of words and phrases that hinted at a tragic history haunting the woods. In the rhythmic interplay of firelight and whispers, the unseen forces unveiled their presence. Shapes materialized within the shadows, ghostly apparitions that moved in tandem with the ethereal voices. The friends, now caught in a surreal dance between the living and the spectral, felt the weight of an ancient tragedy pressing upon them. One by one, each friend experienced a chilling encounter with the supernatural. Shadows took on form, and the rhythmic cadence of whispered voices narrated tales of sorrow and loss. The spectral figures seemed to replay fragments of their past, a haunting tableau that left an indelible mark on the witnesses. The campsite, once a haven of camaraderie, became a theater for the supernatural. The rhythmic pulsations of the fire and whispers reached a haunting crescendo, and the friends found themselves entangled in a spectral symphony that transcended the boundaries of time. As the night deepened, the friends huddled together, grappling with the inexplicable events unfolding before them. The rhythmic heartbeat of the forest seemed to synchronize with the collective pulse of their fear and wonder, setting the stage for a night that would forever be etched in their memories, an encounter with the restless spirits and the haunting echoes of the first spectral dance in the heart of the ancient woods. Unraveling the mystery. The night pressed on, the rhythmic pulsations of the campfire and spectral whispers gradually subsiding, leaving the campsite in an eerie silence. The friends, now gathered close, exchanged glances laden with a shared understanding that the ancient woods held secrets far beyond their comprehension. Determined to unravel the mystery that had woven its way into their peaceful retreat, the friends embarked on a new rhythm, the steady exploration of the forest's history. Emma, armed with a flashlight and a map, led the group through the dense foliage, following trails that seemed to resonate with an ancient energy. The rhythmic crunch of leaves beneath their boots served as a cadence to their investigation. Along the way, they discovered cryptic symbols etched into the bark of trees and remnants of a long-forgotten civilization buried beneath the underbrush. Each discovery added a new layer to the enigma that enveloped the woods. As they delved deeper into the heart of the ancient forest, the rhythmic progression of their footsteps mirrored the heartbeat of the wilderness. Shadows played on the trees, and the air seemed to thicken with the weight of untold stories. The friends found themselves caught in a dance between the present and the echoes of a distant past. Guided by the cryptic symbols and the rhythmic pulse of their shared determination, the group stumbled upon a clearing adorned with ancient ruins, an archaeological tapestry woven with the threads of a forgotten civilization. The remnants of stone structures whispered tales of rituals and ceremonies lost to time, each piece of the puzzle adding a new note to the haunting melody of the woods. As they unearthed fragments of history, the rhythmic revelations became a collective realization. The forest, once a mere backdrop, was an ancient witness to a tragedy that had left indelible marks on the land. The friends, now bound by a shared purpose, sought to decipher the spectral voices that echoed through the ages. The night wore on, and the rhythmic exploration reached its zenith as the friends stood before an ancient altar hidden within the heart of the forest. Symbols glowed faintly in the moonlight, and the whispers, now transformed into echoes of sorrow, intensified. With a shared breath, the friends acknowledged that they stood at the crossroads of the past and the present. The rhythmic dance between the living and the spectral had led them to the epicenter of the mystery, a place where the ancient woods held their breath, waiting for the friends to unravel the tragic history that bound them to the haunting echoes of the night. The forest's grip tightens. The clearing, bathed in the moon's silvery glow, became a stage for the unfolding supernatural drama. The rhythmic pulse of the forest seemed to quicken as the friends stood before the ancient altar, surrounded by the weight of history and the echoes of unseen forces. Emma, with a determined gaze, traced the symbols on the altar, each stroke a connection to the mysteries that permeated the woods. The rhythmic echoes of the forest became more pronounced, as if the ancient trees themselves were speaking the language of the past. As the friends lingered in the clearing, the whispers in the woods escalated into ghostly voices, each syllable an echo of sorrow and anguish. Shadows danced around them, taking on spectral forms that seemed to relive the rituals of a bygone era. The rhythmic tension in the air became palpable, a spectral energy that gripped the clearing in an unseen embrace. Unsettling visions played out before the friends, the tragic tale of a civilization undone by its own rites and the spirits trapped in the liminal space between life and death. The rhythmic interplay of the supernatural forces intensified, creating an ethereal symphony that resonated with the heartbeats of the friends. The ancient woods, now fully awakened, tightened its grip on the group. The rhythmic pulsations seemed to synchronize with the beating hearts of the friends, blurring the lines between the living and the spectral. Each step deeper into the forest became a dance with the unknown, a rhythmic journey into the heart of the supernatural. With the forest's grip tightening, the friends faced a torrent of unsettling illusions, visions that tested the limits of their sanity. The rhythmic cadence of their breaths echoed in the night as they navigated the spectral maze that unfolded before them, each twist and turn revealing the spectral tragedy that held the woods in its relentless grip. As the night wore on, the friends found themselves entangled in the spectral drama, unable to escape the rhythmic currents that pulsed through the clearing. The forest, a living entity of sorrow and redemption, seemed determined to make them witnesses to the ancient tale, a tale that had woven its threads into the very fabric of the woods. The friends, now caught in the forest's relentless embrace, stood on the precipice of an otherworldly confrontation. The rhythmic dance between the living and the spectral reached its zenith, setting the stage for a haunting resolution that would define the fate of both the friends and the restless spirits bound to the ancient woods. Confrontation with the supernatural. The moon hung high in the inky sky, casting an otherworldly glow on the clearing where the friends, now ensnared in the rhythmic embrace of the ancient woods, stood before the haunting altar. The spectral voices, once whispers in the night, rose to a crescendo, a symphony of sorrow and longing that reverberated through the very fabric of the forest. As the friends faced the supernatural forces, the rhythmic pulsations seemed to quicken, creating an ethereal heartbeat that echoed in the silent spaces between the spectral voices. The shadows coalesced into tangible forms, and the ancient ruins glowed faintly with the residual energy of a forgotten civilization. Emma, her gaze unwavering, deciphered the symbols on the altar with a rhythmic precision that mirrored the unseen energies surrounding them. The friends, bound by a collective determination, felt the forest's grip tighten, its ancient heartbeat synchronizing with the cadence of their breaths. In the clearing's spectral aura, the ancient spirits manifested with an otherworldly grace. The rhythmic apparitions moved in a haunting dance, their forms shifting between moments of peace and torment. The friends, now mere observers in the supernatural drama, were drawn into the rhythmic ebb and flow of the spectral energy. A ghostly figure, shrouded in moonlight, stepped forward, the tormented spirit of a bygone era seeking redemption. The rhythmic exchange between the living and the spectral reached a poignant zenith as the friends, now confronted with the ancient tragedy, felt the weight of collective remorse and sorrow. The forest, a silent witness to centuries of grief, seemed to exhale a rhythmic sigh as the spirits found solace in the friends' acknowledgement. The clearing became a sacred space, a convergence of the living and the spectral, as the rhythmic currents of the supernatural began to wane. With the ancient spirits finding closure, the forest's grip gradually loosened. The rhythmic symphony of the night softened, and the haunting echoes of the past faded into the background. The friends, once entangled in the supernatural currents, found themselves standing in a clearing that now seemed untouched by the weight of history. As dawn approached, the moonlit clearing regained a sense of tranquility. The rhythmic heartbeat of the forest, once a haunting symphony, now embraced the friends with a subtle serenity. The spectral voices, having shared their tales, dissipated like morning mist, leaving the ancient woods in a state of spectral repose. The friends, forever changed by the spectral encounter, stood in the clearing, bathed in the first light of dawn. The rhythmic journey into the heart of the ancient woods had come to an end, leaving behind a sense of catharsis and the echoes of a supernatural dance that transcended the boundaries between the living and the spectral. Desperate attempts to escape the clearing, once ensconced in an ethereal calm, began to shift as the first light of dawn touched the ancient ruins. The friends, still reeling from the spectral encounter, felt a lingering unease in the air. The rhythmic remnants of the night's supernatural dance echoed in the subtle rustling of leaves and the distant murmur of the forest. As the friends gathered their belongings, the forest's rhythmic heartbeat seemed to quicken again, an undercurrent of lingering energy that pulsed through the air. Uneasy glances were exchanged, and a silent agreement passed between them. It was time to leave the ancient woods that held the echoes of the past. The rhythmic crunch of leaves beneath their boots mirrored the urgency in their steps. The friends retraced their path, navigating through the dense foliage with a newfound determination. The forest, however, seemed reluctant to release its grip entirely. Unseen forces played with their senses, the rhythmic sounds of the forest now accompanied by spectral whispers that teased the edges of their consciousness. Shadows moved with an unnatural fluidity, and the ancient ruins seemed to morph into spectral shapes that mirrored the tragedy of the past. Desperation fueled their movements as the friends quickened their pace. The rhythmic attempts to escape the forest's clutches became a race against unseen forces, each step carrying the weight of the supernatural encounter. The air became charged with a spectral energy, heightening the sense of urgency that propelled them forward. As they reached the outskirts of the ancient woods, the rhythmic struggle for escape reached its zenith. The forest, reluctant to release its hold, seemed to resist their departure. The whispers in the woods intensified, a spectral chorus that echoed through the trees, pleading and sorrowful. A sense of dread loomed in the clearing as the friends, now at the forest's edge, faced a final surge of supernatural resistance. The rhythmic currents that bound them to the ancient tragedy strained against the force of their collective will to break free. With a final surge of determination, the friends crossed the threshold from the haunted woods to the familiar daylight beyond. The rhythmic struggle subsided, and the forest's grip gradually loosened. The echoes of spectral voices faded, leaving the ancient woods in a state of quiet repose. The friends, standing on the edge of the clearing, breathed a collective sigh of relief. The rhythmic dance with the supernatural had tested their resolve, leaving an indelible mark on their shared history. As they ventured back into the world beyond the ancient woods, the haunting echoes of the night remained with them, a rhythmic reminder of the spectral encounter that had forever altered the course of their lives. Lingering echoes. The friends emerged from the ancient woods, the rhythmic sounds of the forest gradually giving way to the familiar noises of the outside world. The sunlight filtered through the trees, casting a reassuring glow on the clearing they had just left behind. The echoes of the spectral encounter lingered in the air, a haunting cadence that resonated with the beating hearts of the friends. As they walked away from the haunted woods, a silent understanding passed between them. The rhythmic dance with the supernatural had forever altered their perception of the world. The echoes of the past clung to their memories, weaving a spectral tapestry that bound them to the ancient tragedy. The friends, now united by an otherworldly experience, found solace in each other's presence. The rhythmic pulse of camaraderie became a source of strength as they ventured back into the world beyond the forest's edge. In the days that followed, the haunting echoes of the night became a part of their shared history. The rhythmic journey into the heart of the ancient woods lingered in their dreams, a spectral reminder of the unseen forces that transcended the boundaries of the natural world. Each friend carried a piece of the supernatural encounter within them, a rhythmic connection to the past that shaped their present and future. The spectral voices, once a haunting symphony, now became a source of inspiration, a reminder that the line between the living and the spectral was more fluid than they had ever imagined. As time passed, the friends found themselves drawn together by the rhythmic pull of the ancient woods. The haunting echoes of the night forged a bond that transcended the ordinary, weaving a tale of shared destiny and the enduring connection between the living and the spectral. The story of the haunted mirror, the spectral dance, and the ancient woods became a rhythmic melody in the friends' collective memory. The echoes of the supernatural encounter lingered, a haunting refrain that spoke of the mysteries that lay beyond the veil of the known world. And so, the friends carried the lingering echoes with them as they ventured into the future, a future forever shaped by the rhythmic dance with the supernatural, a dance that had left an indelible mark on their souls. The haunting echoes, like spectral footprints in the sands of time, served as a testament to the enduring power of the ancient woods and the mystical forces that bound the living to the unseen realms beyond. And this is the end. I hope you like this story, and let's meet in another story. Do not forget to put a like for the video and subscribe to the channel to receive other stories that I'm sure you will like. See you soon.